because I'm the mother.
Holy mother of all the mothers in the
Yeah.
whole motherland. What up, YouTube family? It's April G. Showers and
DJ Jackson
in the his house. Back at y'all with a reaction. This is Lupe Fiasco featuring Ayesha Jaco, Prisoner 1 and 2, the lyrics video, of course. Now, I have already reacted to this. I reacted to it one night in a live stream. He was not with me that night. And I asked all the people in that live stream, and I put up a poll after I posted that reaction. Did y'all want to see his reaction to this? And everybody said yes. So that's what we're doing. Y'all know y'all been waiting a while for this. So here we are. He's also gonna do a reaction to Piece of Paper, Cup of Jesus, because I know a lot of people wanted to see that as well. Alright, y'all, as always, I will provide the link in the description box if y'all want to go check it out after his reaction. April G. Score, fist bump. Love y'all. Let's get it.
Let's go.
8 minutes, 36 seconds, bro. You ready? All right.
Paid collect call from an inmate at
Correctional Center.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, press 2. If you would like to permanently block your number from receiving calls from this facility, press 6. For balance and rate quotes, press 7. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
The king. When you're king of African music, you are the king. Because music is the king of all professions. King of all professions.
Slave plan, make a mess made. Damn nation, let's play handstand spades. That's without a boycott and a sit out. Afro black pick in with a fist out. From the welcome home to the kick out. Reaching to a rabbit, pull a trick out. Preaching to a faggot with his dick out. Hard times call for time. Sick ice from the nose pressure.
Best laid plan, make a mess made. Let's play hands and spades. So, hands and spades, I mean, that's a card game. And later on he says, reach into a rabbit, pull a trick out. You know, like, do a trick, like magic tricks, cards, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you just reversed it.
Yeah.
Usually you reach, like, into a hat and pull a rabbit out. Reach into a rabbit, pull a trick out. A trick's another word, too, for a hoe, you know.
Yeah, sick eyes from the nose pressure, you know, your nose will get stuffy whenever you're sick. Rest of it, I don't know.
Hold on, what'd you say?
Whenever you're sick, your nose gets stuffy.
Oh, the last line?
Yeah, and then the rest of it, I don't really know, honestly.
Okay, so he said, best laid plan, make a mess made. Damnation, let's play hands and spades. That's without a boycott and a sit out. Afro black pick in with a fist out. So, got the pick in your hair with your fist out. From the welcome home to the kick out. Reaching to a rabbit, pull a trick out. You get that. Preacher preaching to a F word with his D. I mean, you get hard times. Call for armed time. Armed time. Hard times, difficult times. But also, he just said that with his D out. Hard times, it's a double. Sick eyes from the nose pressure. You said that your sinuses get stopped up, but it's also a double. Like pressure, hard times, you get it.
Yeah.
Dick out, hard times call for time. Sick ice from the nose pressure. Police slip zip ties on the protesters. 6 wives in the fry of a molester. Mathematic caviar bar out in Odessa. Dirty needles breaking all the old records. 100 hoes, 1 shovel and some old treasure. Old Zeke used beef as a gold tester. Figaro's finger waves, closet for.
Okay.
Let me just say, his flow on this is immaculate. Amazing. And the rhyme schemes, bruh. The way bruh. I love this song so much. This is definitely one of my favorite Lupe songs I've ever heard. Like I said, I have reacted to this. I'll link my reaction to it at the end of this. This is his first time hearing it, though. So, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Alright, so, I don't know, what's old Zeke?
Well, first, start at the beginning, bruh.
I'm trying to, like, figure it out myself and then, like, go through it. Alright, well, police snip zip
You
ties
Google
on the
it.
protesters. I'm just asking because thought you could tell me. Police snip zip
I
ties.
don't know what old Zeke is.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's a nickname for an electric chair. I think.
So, police brutality, that kind of stuff. 6 wives in the fry of them are pretty much
No,
saying.
you can't say that word. We're
Promote for
not allowed
freedom
to
of
say that
speech.
word.
Yeah, First Amendment rights right here.
Well, we can't say it. I'm sorry.
6 wives in the fry of a,
M word.
pretty much talking about the problem of rap with an E at the end. Met him at a caviar bar at an Odessa. I honestly have no clue. I have no clue what Odessa is. I know that caviar is fish eggs.
So old Zeke, right? He is an electric wheelchair advocate, but the name I was thinking of that is a nickname for an electric chair is old Sparky, not old Zeke.
All right. Odessa is a Black Sea port city. So on like water, makes sense. Fish, water. Dirty Needles breaking all the old records.
See, this is why I don't need to be looking stuff up while you're saying it, because I don't even know nothing you said.
Alright, well, Dirty Needles breaking all the old records. I take that, I don't know if it's right. I take it as, how a dirty needle can have, like, infections on it, like different types of HIV and stuff. Breaking all the old records, diseases going high, diseases getting a lot more
Okay,
rampant.
but what's the double? It's a
I didn't know
double.
there was a double.
Dirty Needles breaking all the old records.
Oh, because, vinyl player.
Yeah, record player, you
Yeah,
literally
and
have
then,
to
like, you
move
put
the
the needle
needle.
on the record, and then it plays it. 100 hoes, 1 shovel, and some
Also,
old
Dirty
treasure.
Needles drug dealers, too. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Not drug dealers, drug addicts. My bad.
Yeah.
But you said, too, what'd you say?
Like, you can get disease from a dirty needle, like HIV and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Sharing
disease being up high.
needles. A dirty needle is like if you're sharing needles with other
Yeah,
people.
or it could be stuff like heroin and all.
But literally, what a dirty needle means is it's been used before
Exactly.
by someone else. And a lot of people will share needles, which is dumb.
Yeah.
Then right after that, he says 100 hoes, 1
Yes.
shovel. You get that?
Well, no.
Think
And
about
some
it.
old treasure.
He just said, dirty needles breaking all the old records, 100 hoes, 1 shovel, and some old treasures.
Nope.
If you're sharing needles, whether you be drug addicts, whatever it may
You're
be,
gonna probably die.
right? You get diseases,
So does that mean like 100
right?
people, like,
100 hoes,
who die and
with
one
it.
shovel buries them?
Like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, killing 100 hoes with 1 shovel with the drugs, dirty needles.
Alright.
That's how I take it, and I didn't catch that, I don't think, the first time I heard it.
And some old treasure. Old Zeke used teeth as a gold tester. I don't know who old Zeke is.
I'm
But
not sure who old Zeke is either. Y'all let us know in the comments, please.
But you know how people sometimes like test coins and gold and stuff
Yeah.
with their mouth? That goes along with treasure. Finger rolls, finger waves, closet full of old leathers.
You get that, right?
Like gloves.
Closet full of old leathers.
I took it as gloves because leather gloves.
Could
Fingers.
be. Could be because he says fingers, so could
Finger
be.
roll, finger wave.
Yeah. So probably gloves. You're probably right about that.
And you know how people with treasure have to like wear gloves to not mess those stuff up.
Yeah, criminals, yeah. Well, if they're smart. Not all of them, but if they're smart, they wear gloves.
1 shovel and some old treasure. Old Zeke used teeth as a gold tester. Finger rolls, finger waves, closet full of old leathers. Old sweaters, old boots, that's a whole suit for some cold weather. New cell, 2 L's and some old letters. Now ain't doing double life, why she lead a double life? Man, he need another wife. New approach might help a nigga bowl better. New hoes might help a nigga hold together. Or will a new lane lead them to the same pen? And the hunger strike bring them to the
Come on, bruh. The bars. Okay. Old sweaters, old boots. That's a whole suit for some cold weather.
That's obvious.
Yes. New cell, 2 L's, and some old letters. Now he doing double life. 2 L's, that would literally be double life. But also 2 L's, 2 blunts, like drugs. And some old letters that you read, like a note, a letter. you get letters in prison from people. You know what I'm saying? New cell, 2 L's, and some old letters. So, like in prison, prisoners will literally sell things to make money, right? So, new cell, comma. He sold 2 L's and some old letters. Now he doing double life. I guess because he got caught doing that. While she lead a double life. You see, the double life thing there could mean two different things. You get it?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, but I'm like I have a whole another thing I'm thought of
Oh,
here. Like
okay,
different.
you could tell me. Let me finish reading it. Man, he need another wife. And then this whole little scheme here is
Bowling.
brilliant. Yeah, new approach might help a bowl better. New hoes might help a hold together. Or will the new lane lead them to the same pen and the hunger strike in them to the same tin? Bruh,
I took this whole thing in a way that I don't think you said
you
at
gotta
all.
be thinking of prison.
That's exactly what it's about. What I'm thinking here. So new cell, 2 L's and some old letters. Now they doing double life while she lead a double life. So pretty much I took that as new cell meaning a new person got put in jail, right? New person got arrested. 2 L's and some old letters. You know you can like write letters to people if you're in prison. Write letters to people in prison. 2 L's because both the dude and the girl here in this scenario both got an L, like a loss. Now he doing double life. He got arrested while she lead a double life. She's dating somebody else while also dating him who's in prison. Man, he need another wife because she's cheating on him, obviously.
Yeah, I caught all that too.
New approach might
The
help
first time I reacted to it, I mean.
Yeah, new approach might help a bowl better. So that's a whole bowling scheme, obviously. But also, you know, a new approach on life might help somebody live better. New hoes might help hold together. So like it could be like, you know,
Hoes as in
some
female, but then,
yeah.
yeah.
Or will the new lane lead him to the same pin? Pin is in jail. Or like will the new approach you take on life lead you to the same place, jail? And the hunger strike in them to the same tin. Like you'll give in to your past urges, you'll do exactly what you did before, and be in the exact same cell that you were in before.
Also, though, in prison, prisoners will sometimes, a lot of times actually, you'd be surprised at how much they do it, go on hunger strikes where they refuse to eat. I've seen it happen. And then the hunger strike in them to the same tin. Like you said, tin as in like an old tin box, a cell.
Mm-hmm.
I help a nigga hold together, or will a new lane lead them to the same pen? And the hunger strike bring them to the same tin. Love ends, looking over various errors. And hate ends, habitually accelerating terror.
I just caught that. I gotta say it. And he said, Louvre is not love, right? But it's love. And he says is looking over various errors. LOVE. Looking over various errors.
Obviously.
Okay, well, I didn't catch that. And hate is, or maybe I did, I don't remember if I caught it or not.
Yeah.
Habitually accelerating terror everywhere. But the mural. Bruh.
Or will a new lane lead them to the same pen? And the hunger strike bring them to the same tin. Love ends, looking over various.
Did he say love?
Yeah.
Okay.
To the same pen, and the hunger strike bring them to the same tin. Love ends, looking over various errors. And hate ends, habitually accelerating terror. And when under mirror, I just wanna be collected. When I call, goddamn, I don't wanna be accepted, not at all as I am. Visitor, visitor, prisoner, prisoner.
Land.
I mean, really, what he's saying, I don't really know what to describe. He's just pretty much saying he wants to be told to change. You know, love is looking over various errors, right? You have to tell people what they're doing wrong so they can improve themselves. You don't want to be accepted for who you are. You want to be told how to become a better you and, you know, fix your problems.
You do want to be accepted for who you are too, though, because everybody's gonna always have flaws.
But he means like big flaws, like drug addiction.
Well, yeah, he's saying various error, looking over various, like you're constantly looking over all these red flags.
Yeah, and then hate is habitually accelerating terror everywhere. Just pretty much going along.
But the mural, everywhere but the mural, that's fire.
Yeah.
You get that?
Yeah, and he's pretty much like, you know, going along with everything that someone else says, not telling them any helpful advice, you know. That's all I got, really.
I just want to be collected When I called you down.
Oh, I'd say I took that as I just want to be collected. Like, I want to be a good person. I want to be collected with myself. Whenever I call God, space that. But I took that as just call God like pray.
Okay,
I took it
I
as
never
God,
thought of it like that.
comma D.
Well, I don't think that's how he meant it. Because the
Well, I
way he
don't
said
care.
it, he
That's how I
said,
want
when
to
I
take it.
called you down. That's the way he said it.
Well,
But
that's the way I want to take it, and I think that's a pretty good way to take it.
it's a good way. I never thought of it like that, and it's very good. Very smart. But also, when you're in jail or prison, you make collect calls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I don't want to be accepted, not as all as I am. That's going along with what you were saying. Visitor, visitor, prisoner, prisoner, land.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing's pretty much so far just a whole. It's pretty much him saying, better yourself, talking about problems,
Well, he's talking
while
about
using
this.
stuff that has to
It
do with prison.
started out prisoner one colon. So this is all from
This is from
prisoner
Prisoner 1, and
one's
we're not at Prisoner 2.
aspect
Yeah.
or
I-
perspective.
I haven't got to Prisoner 2 yet, so I don't really know.
Right.
But so far, what I've got is him just saying he wants to improve himself while using prisoner, like, bars about prison. That's all I've got so far.
But he's literally talking as an inmate's perspective.
Exactly.
From an inmate's perspective.
Yeah, I know.
Oh goddamn, I don't wanna be accepted, not at all as I am. Visitor, visitor, prisoner, prisoner. Getting slim from the protest, no food. Force fed him like Obi with a nose tube. Vision second, so the yogi with the gold shoes. With the rollie going bowling for the old school. Yeah, I need more for the Michaels, that's a loss for the class and a score for the rifles. 3 hots and a cot and some cops. Trying to find dinosaurs in the Bible.
Ooh, that's fire, bruh. Ooh, God, the whole thing is amazing. Getting slammed from the protest, no food.
Yeah.
Force fed him like OB with a nose tube. Visions say consult the yogi with the gold shoes. With the rollie, going bowling for the old school. I need more for the Michaels. That's a loss for the class and a score for the rifles. 3 hots and a cot and some cops trying to find dinosaurs in the Bible.
Okay.
What?
I'm
Why are
trying
you
to
looking at me
think.
like that?
I'm looking at you like this.
Like I'm crazy.
No. I'm legit just looking at you. I'm trying to think about, like, some stuff in here. Like, obviously, getting slammed from the protest, no food. Force fed him like Obi with a nose tube. I don't know who Obi is, but I do know, like you said earlier, the food strikes. Getting people get mad at the cops are gonna get mad because you don't got food, so they force feed you. Visions say consult the yogi with the gold shoes. Visions, yoga, that kind of stuff. That's all to do with forgot what religion. With the gold shoes, there's like some yoga shoes. With the rollie going bowling for the old school, there's bowling shoes.
Rollie is a watch, a Rolex.
Mm-hmm.
But
The gold shoes, the rollie, having the rich stuff.
But also rollie going bowling. You roll the bowling ball, get it?
Yeah. I need more for the Michaels, the Jordans, which is shoes. Michael Jordan. That's a loss for the class and a score for the rifles. So that's a loss for the prisoners, score for the cops. That's what I took. 3 hots and a cot and some cops. I don't know.
Okay, let me tell you. 3 hots and a cot, what that means is 3 meals and a bed. That's how they say it in prison. 3 hots and a cot. Because basically, the beds in prison ain't beds, bruh.
Well, duh.
It's literal metal with a sheet. And you might be lucky enough to get a blanket. Maybe. Some prisons have pillows, some don't. A lot don't. And you have to just make them out of whatever if you want a pillow. But 3 hots and a cot is 3 meals in a bed. That's what that means. And some cops. That's literally all I'll talk about. That's what prison is. 3 hots and a cot and some cops. Trying to find dinosaurs in the Bible. Some cops also starts the next line. Trying to find dinosaurs in the Bible. I want to see if you get that.
I don't think I do.
Well, I want to see if you can. Just think and tell me what you think it could mean. And I might have been wrong
I don't think
with
I'm,
what I said I thought it was, what I
I
reacted
think
to
I'm
it.
completely wrong. I mean, I'm taking that as like the Bible being kind of a metaphor for the prison and the find dinosaurs, trying to find something in the prison. I don't know.
To me, it's, a lot of dinosaurs are considered predators. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, trying to find bad people in the prison.
In the good.
Like hunting that.
Trying to find bad in the good.
Yeah, I get what you mean by that.
The cops always looking for something bad in the inmates to try to get them in trouble or F with them or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
I seen it. I like I said, I worked in a prison and I'll never work in another one. It was horrible. I was part-time nurse, part-time CO. If you want the full story, just check out my reaction to Prisoner 1 and 2. I tell pretty much the full story of my experiences working in a prison. And bruh.
For the rifles, 3 hots and a cot and some cops. Trying to find dinosaurs in the Bible. It's all quiet in the jailhouse. Then they ride in to find the empty cells out. They's looking for the smarts. They's looking for the smarts. I'm just looking at their feet cause I'm looking for the law. Looking in the library, looking at the law. 10 years deep now, I'm looking at the bar. Claiming sovereignty cause I'm looking with the...
It's all quiet in the jailhouse. Then they ride in to find the empty cells out. They was looking for the swords. They was looking for the swords.
I say swords.
That's how he said it.
Yeah, I know.
You get
It just
that?
sounds weird. Yeah, I get what it means. Pretty much all quiet in the jailhouse, Pretty much they're searching cells for weapons and
Exactly.
contraband.
For shanks, swords,
Yeah,
shanks,
looking at their feet.
which is a homemade knife, basically.
Yeah, and he's trying to find the best in his situation. He's trying to look out to God, look in the library, looking at the law, reading up on stuff. 10 years deep, looking at the bar. So, like, he's 10 years into his sentence, right? And he's just starting to give up, starting to look at the bar.
No, the bar is the exam you take in law school.
I know about the bar exam, but I was taking that more of 10 years deep, looking at the bar like alcohol. You're looking just to give up. Like, you're starting to feel upset.
Okay.
Claim sovereignty because I'm bunking with the Moors. Isn't Moors like a religious group of people or a religious type of person?
Moors were the African leaders of Spain for a long time.
Yeah, didn't they? I forgot if they had something to do with religion. I think I might be thinking of something else.
I think Moors is another word too for Muslims.
Yeah, that's what
I think.
I don't know.
You could Google it.
I know, I'm just trying to go off my memory. Muslim. Or anyone who has Muslim, who was
But
Muslim.
they were also a group
or
of people.
had dark skin.
But they were also, it was a big,
And-
let me see that for a second. Here it is, Moors in Spain, right here. They were Muslims from the medieval era in northwest Africa and the Iberian Peninsula.
Yeah, I know what they were.
The Moors created the Islamic and Andalusian civilization and subsequently settled as refugees in the Maghreb in the region of North Africa between the 11th and 17th centuries.
Yes, I know. And then,
But they created all kind of stuff.
I was saying sovereignty, like, religiousness, because I'm bunking with the Moors, because, they're Muslim. Or it could also be since, they were leaders, bunking with the leaders of the prison, trying to stick with the people
And
that
claim
have
sovereignty.
Power. Yeah.
Also, though, claim sovereignty, bunking with the Moors, a triple. And it could be a quadruple. It said they were refugees. Claim sovereignty. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh.
Good.
Do you like it, this song?
Oh, it's pretty good so far, yeah.
Looking at the law, 10 years deep now, I'm looking at the bar. Claiming sovereignty cause I'm looking with the...
I really think 10 years deep now I'm looking at the bar. I really think he's talking about going to take
He's
the bar
obviously
exam.
talking about the bar exam, but that's what I took it as the first
Well,
time I heard it.
what you said is smart too, though. It could mean both.
Looking at the law, 10 years deep now, I'm looking at the bar. Claiming sovereignty cause I'm looking with the Mars they degenerate. They ain't looking at the game, they just looking at the scars. What they putting on my books cause I'm looking at the star. Trade a shank for some crank, now I'm looking at a wall. BGF got the yard, AB got the kitchen stitches on PC. Eminem on the mission, but CO's got the prison. God got us out, God said it's free. God is the key, but the God's got...
Oh, he's spitting. They degenerate. They ain't looking at the game. They just looking at the scores they be putting on my books. Cause I'm looking at the stars. Trade a shank for some crank, now I'm looking at a war. BGF got the yard, AB got the kitchen, snitches on PC, Eminem on a mission, but CO's got the prison. God got us all, God set us free, God is the key, but the guards got the doors.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty much just talking about the problems with the prison system. Pretty much saying, like, you know, everyone's just looking at how good you do. They're not looking at how you act. They're not looking at anything about you. Except
looking at how what you do?
They're pretty much just looking at, like, how good you serve, like, how much you do, just, like, from the books. They don't look at how you actually act. They're just looking at, like, on the piece of paper at what you've done.
I think they just looking at the scores they be putting on my books. He's referring to, you could get rolled up in prison for bad behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm talking about...
Also, money from commissary. But I think more he's talking about the bad behavior getting written up.
That's what I mean. I mean, like, you know, your record.
Yeah.
Like, they don't look at how you're actually acting in person.
Yeah.
They're looking at the past, at your record, that kind of thing. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at the stars, tread a shank for some crank. Now I'm looking at a war.
Get that.
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure all those are, like, acronyms for, like, positions in the prison.
Yeah, and different gangs, too.
Mm-hmm.
It could be both. But, you know, because in prisons, a lot, most, if not all, prisons are all about gangs.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, we had to do a whole training-ish on gangs for like 3 weeks and learn all the different ones and the signs and the tattoos and all that ish.
Mm-hmm.
And they literally, the prison literally knows who's in what gang if they're in one. Like, they know. Like, a lot of prisoners try to not reveal that. And a lot of prisoners have come out of the gang life, but then end up messing up and go to prison and end up being thrown back into the gang life because they ain't got no choice. Because a lot of times in prison, most of the time in prison, you're forced to pick a side, bruh. It's like you're either over here or over here. Or they will literally tell you, you're over there. Don't F with us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy. They got the prison, you get that.
Mm-hmm.
God got us all. God set us free. God is the key. But the guards got the doors. A CO is a guard.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much saying, you know, God is the key to get to the rest of your life, you know, but the guards aren't going to let you get out.
Or get in.
Yeah, whichever way.
Yeah. See, but here, yeah, you're right. Here he's talking about getting out of prison. Because he said, God got us all, God set us free. God is the key, but the guards got the doors. That's sad, man.
CEOs got the prison, God got us all, God set us free. God is the key, but the gods got the love ends, looking over various errors. And hate ends, eventually accelerating terror. And with the mirror, I just wanna be collected. When I call, goddamn, I don't wanna be accepted, not at all as I am. Visitor, visitor, prisoner, prisoner. Watching on the glass, scared some killer might fuck him in the ass. Staff getting rigid, wasn't gonna take away the visits. Segregate niggas by themselves and make them stay with it. Wicked, swung the shank around on the mop string. They had to pull him out of cell with a SWAT team. That's a cop team. They sent helicopters to stop the helicopter.
Alright, well, I mean, there ain't nothing I can really add to that. That's just...
punching on the glass, scared that some killer might F him in that. You get that. Staff getting rigid, wasn't gonna take away the visits. Segregate N-words by theyself and make them stay with it. That's what I was just saying a while ago. They'll make you pick a side, whether you want to or not. Make them stay with it. Wicked. Swung the shank around on a mop string. They had to pull him out the cell with a SWAT team. You get that? Who's literally a team of cops. Then he goes to the whole cop scheme. That's a cop team. They sent hella cops to stop the helicoptering. That's fire.
With a SWAT team, that's a cop team. They sent helicopters to stop the helicoptering. Men have thought that he'd fly away. Like a kite, take flight, like a letter on a string, like propellers on the wing. But the kite was the key. They made electric chairs for us dying days. Last meals, no I'm just them to try and stay. On death row like Suge in a late pot. Maybe he could dig a tunnel while the A blocks. And wear gloves for the razor wire gate.
That's sad, bro.
Yeah.
Man, he thought that he'd fly away like a kite take flight, like a letter on a string, like propellers on a wing, but the kite was the key. They made electric chairs for his dying days. Last meals, no appeals for him to try and stay. On death row like Suge and the late Pop, R.I.P. Tupac. Do you get what that means? The double there?
I know what it means, but I forgot like what Death Row was.
It's
Death
a
Row
record label.
Records? Yeah.
Record
Yeah, because
label.
both were signed to it, I'm pretty sure.
Well, Suge owned Death Row. Suge Knight owned Death Row. Suge Knight is now in prison today.
Right.
And, of course, you know all about Tupac because I've taught you all about Tupac. Maybe he could dig a tunnel out of A block and wear gloves for the razor wire gate top. You know, prisons have the big circle barbed wire on the top of their...
Yeah, and then wear gloves to get out of that. So, you know...
And dig a tunnel trying to escape, basically. That's his only way out.
Yeah. Manny thought he'd fly away like a kite, take flight, but the kite was the key. Pretty much saying that the only way that you can take flight is from God, because he said earlier that God is the key.
Yeah, is to die. The only way out once you get in prison is death.
Exactly.
That's sad and effed up. And it ain't like that for everybody, though. They do treat people differently based on race, based on money. That's the two main things that they look at. And that's sad, and I know it's true because I worked in one and seen it with my own two eyes, bruh. That's effed up. Look at Khalif Browder, R.I.P. If you haven't watched the Khalif Browder story on Netflix, highly suggest watching it. Messed up. R.I.P. Khalif Browder. He's the kid that they accused of stealing the backpack.
Yeah.
Remember? I told you all about it.
I remember.
Ooh, it makes me so mad, bruh.
Suge in a late pot. Maybe he could dig a tunnel while the A block. And wear gloves for the razor wire gate top. Scared thugs going crazy in the cage box. Looking at the world through the TV, a day room, rapping over beats from the tabletops. That's how it is in a police state. When your life is just a number and release date. When you're rehabilitated so correctly. And let's hope that's how they live it when you're set.
Scared thugs going crazy in a cage box. You get that. Looking at the world through the TV. Because that's the only link to the outside world you pretty much got in jail or prison is TV. And they gone rapping over beats from the tabletops, because in prison a lot of inmates will make a beat with their hands on the tables, and then the other inmates will rap over it, you know. He said, hey, that's how it is in a police state. You get that? Where your life is just a number and release date. You ain't even known as your name anymore in jail, prison. You're a number. When you're rehabilitated so correctly, and let's hope that that's how you're living when you're set free.
When you're rehabilitated so correctly, like, you know, in the way that they want you to be, you know, being forced to stay in prison for however many years. And then there's like, let's hope that's how you live whenever you're set free. It's probably not, because most people who get out of jail for pretty serious crimes, they usually end up back. Because usually people who make those serious crimes are just kind of committed that life. Well,
and here's another thing I think's effed up. And I'm not condoning selling drugs, doing drugs at all.
I already know exactly
what
you're
saying. But tell me, why is it a drug dealer gets more time than someone who inappropriately touches children or someone who R-words people?
I have no clue. It's honestly just sad.
That's ridiculous. And I'm not condoning selling or doing drugs. I'm in recovery. I'm a recovering addict. I would never condone it. But I will never understand that you gonna give life to somebody just because they had this amount of cocaine, and then someone who inappropriately touched a kid, they get out in 6-7 years. What?
That's just crazy.
And do you know that right now as we speak, they are trying to say that pedophilia, they're trying to make it a sexual disorder, a mental illness.
Yeah, you're definitely sick in the head if you have it, but it ain't no mental illness.
It's evil. It's wrong. Period. It ain't no disease.
It's a disease.
What?
It's just dumb.
That's crazy to me.
And release date when you rehabilitated so correctly, and let's hope that's how they live it when you're set free. Is looking over various errors, and hate is eventually accelerating terror. Anyway, with the mirror, I just wanna be collected. When I call, goddamn, I don't wanna be accepted, not at all as I am. Visitor, visitor, prisoner, prisoner, land.
To accept charges, press 1.
Prisoner 1 ends and prisoner 2 begins.
Prison 2.
I am visitor, visitor, prisoner, prisoner, land.
To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, press 2. If you would like to permanently block your number from receiving calls from this facility, press 6. For balance and late quotes, press 7. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
And I didn't say this during my first reaction when I reacted to it, but this part right here is heartbreakingly beautiful. He is, I believe, trying to make it sound like, a chain gang. You know what I'm talking about? You know what a chain gang is?
Not really.
You know, in the movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, you watched it?
Alright, yeah, I get it.
You get it?
Yeah.
Listen to the music.
The orange wings of the new Jim Crow are dyed Klansman sheets and court papers. Dreadlock nooses hang from his neck, the new Jim Crow. Corporations feed him seeds yet unborn. He'll be captured by Maya in a ruby-encrusted cage. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. The ancestors are leaving empty pages to be written. Where's your pen? The new Jim
Jim Crow laws, very racist laws that segregated people and made it harder for people of color to live their lives as equally as white people. And pretty much is saying that the new Jim Crow laws,
Don't say the K word.
I'm not planning on it. The new Jim Crow laws are pretty much the court, the system, and the things that are put in place.
The orange wings of the new Jim Crow are dyed
Yeah.
sheets and court papers, orange
Yeah.
orange jumpsuits in jail,
Yeah.
prison. Come on, bro. It's just another way of enslaving them. That's what she's saying. And it's facts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's effed up.
Maya in a ruby-encrusted cage. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. The ancestors are leaving empty pages to be written. Where's your pen? The new Jim Crow. The new Jim Crow. The new Jim Crow. 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 Crow.
They sell they songs, they sell they sales. They ain't 12, they out. Niggas all is hell, all is jail, all is sale. So much soul, ain't no more soul on the shelves. You prisoner too, you living here too. You just like us, till your shit get through. You can work like us, you know shit get through.
Alright.
Powerful.
They sell themselves to the whole game and to prison and stuff like that.
Who is they?
People, just average people, will sell themselves to the
No,
game.
that's
pretty
not who he's
much.
talking about. But go ahead.
I'm taking it as people sell their selves to the game, sold so much salt, talking about coke and other drugs. Ain't no more salt.
Hold on. He said they ain't 12. They old. Old as hell.
Because
Old as jail. Old as cells.
because they spend their whole life in the prison.
What
because
is 12?
The cops.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
they're not 12, they're old. They're not cops. They grow old in the jails because they've sold their soul to the whole game, to the system. They sold so many drugs, ain't no more drugs to sell. You a prisoner too, you live in here too. You just like us till your ship get through. He's talking to the cops right now, which could also go back to they sell their souls.
He's talking to the COs.
Yeah, pretty much they're not really the ones in power here. They're also selling themselves to this. Pretty
Yeah.
much saying that all the cops are also forcing themselves to be in prison every day. The only difference is really they just get to go home at the end of the day, but then they have to come back straight the next day.
And then he said you could look like us, you know shit get through.
And he
Because all the crooked COs, man, they be bringing shit into the fucking jails and prisons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy. But I think he's literally talking about they sell their souls, they sell themselves, they ain't 12, they old as all that. I think he's referring to the COs.
I mean, yeah,
Because this prisoner one was we've heard that, and now this is prisoner 2.
Yeah, I know.
See your shit get through. You can work like us. You know shit get through. You should be in cuffs like us. You should get straight too. You should get like life. You should get like woo. You should get that twice. You should get refused. Be open route, that's no route and no control over your own soul. Self control, your own moat control that your folks.
Again, the same thing, you know. They deserve to be in prison just as much as the prisoners. And their soul's been sold too. They're also in the
The
prison every day.
crooked COs.
Well, yeah. They're in the prison every day. They've sold their soul, and now they deserve to be in there with them too.
Yeah, you should get like life. You should get like 2. You know what I'm saying? Double life. Remember, prisoner 1, double life. Got double life. Remember, he said that's no parole and no control over your own soul.
Mm-hmm.
Soul control, your own moat control that your folks can hold.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bruh.
Route and no control over your own soul. Self control, your own moat control that your folks can hold. You better watch these niggas. Oh God. If it's up to me, I'll never unlock these niggas. Wouldn't rehabilitate, man, I would just box these niggas and throw away the key. I throw away the key like the Coast Guard watching me. I throw away the keys, I throw away the keys, I throw.
I'm taking this from the perspective of one of the crooked COs, pretty much saying that they just want to keep them in there forever. They don't like them at all. They hate them. They don't care about the rehabilitation. They just want them to be locked up in a box forever, away from anyone else.
And then he said you better watch these. And then the ad-lib was on guard. Guard, like a CO guard, but also on God. G-O-D. God is the key. You know what I'm saying? And he's just saying none of them should ever get out. Throw away the keys.
Yeah,
That's effed up. And a lot of COs and other faculty members and people just in general. Now, you don't even got to work in a prison or a jail. Think that way.
Away the key like the Coast Guard watching me. I throw away the keys, I throw away the keys, I throw away the keys. Better watch these niggas. Oh God, if it's up to me, I'll never unlock these niggas. Wouldn't rehabilitate, I would just box these niggas and throw away the keys. I throw away the keys like the Coast Guard watching me. I throw away the keys.
And he says, like the Coast Guard watching me, because he's got somebody over him too. You see what I'm saying? That don't give a shit about him.
I throw away the keys, I throw away the keys. Better watch these niggas. On God. 5th year with the DOC. You can see what the COC. Robocop out here, COP. 3 hots in the COT. Lived in a small town his whole life. Never left like sounding like the whole right. Either working at the prison or it's no.
Alright, so
5th year with the DOC. You know what that stands for?
nope.
Department of Corrections. You can see what COC You know what that means. RoboCop op his COP. 3 hots and a COT.
Yeah, it goes just earlier.
Yep.
Alright, so
Okay, go ahead.
what I'm getting from it, it's talking about some dude, I'm guessing a corrections officer, 5th year on the job, and, you know, every day he goes to work at prison, 3 hots and a COT, because obviously that's in prison, lived in a small town his whole life, never left sound like the whole, right?
What's the hole?
The whole, I mean, it could be a lot of different things.
I've told you about the hole in prison.
Yeah, it's like solitary.
Yeah, solitary confinement.
Yeah, either working at the prison or it's no lights. So either he's pretty much just forced to work there, or else he's not gonna be able to pay the bills.
Exactly.
And he can't leave really, or else he can't pay the bills. So he might as well just be in solitary. He's locked up just like the prisoners.
And that's why he started out, you're just like us, bruh. Why you think you any better?
In a small town, his whole life. Never left like sounding like the whole right. Either working at the prison or it's no lights. In the system working with the pole lights. In the prison stripping niggas phone rights. Got a malice. On the other side of the bars, watch your niggas get smart, watch your niggas get strong, watch your niggas get home. He jealous. But deep down, he jealous.
The wordplay. In the system working with the police. Just bending the word. Police.
Yeah,
in the prison stripping phone rights. Go ahead.
Pretty much calling the police parasites too, because, you know, lice will get up in your hair, they'll just mess up everything. Pretty much just saying that the corrections officer is jealous of the people in the prison. Actually, he doesn't act like it, but he is, because he sees these people bettering themselves by reading up, by
and
working
he can't.
out. And he can't, because really he's forced to either be on the job or be at home, really just sleeping.
What a miserable life, bro. And that's all you, like, when you work at a prison, like, people quit so much at such a high rate, just like with the medical field. They're constantly asking you to work doubles, and sometimes even 24 hours straight. But
People are just kind of trapped in it.
yeah, but, I mean, don't get it twisted. We do need COs, good ones.
Yeah, but it's just hard to be a good one.
Yeah, and they literally train you when you go through training to work in a prison. They train you to not have compassion because that is a weakness. You're not allowed to have emotions. You gotta be this hard, tough.
I can understand, though.
I can, because a lot of inmates, not
They're just
all,
gonna take advantage.
will manipulate you. It starts out with a piece of gum or a pencil, and the next thing you know, it's drugs, cell phones, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, but it happens. Not all inmates, but some.
So I
And
understand
just
that.
like the majority of inmates don't deserve to be in there, but there are some who do. Like the people I was talking about earlier who inappropriately touch kids, I think they should be in there forever. Life. And the R-word people who R-words people, they should be in there forever. And obviously, unalivers, murderers, serial killers, things of that nature. Mass shooters, things of that nature. Unless it's killing somebody, R-wording somebody, or inappropriately touching kids, I think you should have a chance to get out and be rehabilitated. And even if you did one of those 3 things, you should still have therapy and stuff there at prison. But then again, I do have the side of me who's like, F them all. You know what I mean? Them 3 people. Unless it's self-defense, and that's where it gets iffy too. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people who are in there who kill somebody and it was truly self-defense. Now, I don't believe you should go to prison if it's self-defense. At all. I don't. Do you?
No.
But other than that, if you just outright somebody, yeah, you know.
In the prison stripping niggas phone rights. Got a malice. On the other side of the bars, watch your niggas get smart, watch your niggas get strong, watch your niggas get home. He jealous. But deep down, he jealous. With each sweep down, he tell us. With each beat down, he help us. Wrong one gon' knock his ass out though. That's why he gotta lock all the niggas out for. One of them told the boy better calm down. Step back from the brick and put the bomb down. But how the whole world in your palm sound? That's why he treat niggas like shit. Writing raps to the taps, keep the face nut on them. These niggas might.
I mean,
The bars. With each sweep down, he tell us. with each beat down, he help us. You
Him
get
being
that?
all abusive and stuff to the prisoners is just helping them get stronger, helping them
That's
learn.
what he tells them, but that ain't how it really is.
Yeah, that's what he's telling them. And then he realized, the wrong one will knock him out, even if it is a prisoner.
But
So
he
we got to
said,
keep him locked up.
well, he said that's why he got a lot all the outfo.
Yes.
Like when he's beating one inmate, he's got to lock up all the other ones because he knows they'll all kill his ass pretty much.
Exactly.
And the warden told the boy he better calm down, step back from the brink, and put the bomb down. But how the whole world in your palm sound? Like a lot of these COs feel like
They have so much power.
yes,
They pretty much just become greedy because
power is a drug.
because they have like the smallest bit of power, and they're already upset at the prisoners for starting to better themselves. They feel like they're pretty much in solitary themselves. They're upset with their life, so they just abuse the little tiny power they have.
Yep, and it's sad and effed up. You shouldn't, if you're in any type of position of power or authority over anyone. I was a charge nurse. That's what my position was called for many years. And I had people who worked under me, but I never looked at it that way. You went to work with me several times. I had friendships with the people I worked with. Now, of course, there were some I didn't like. That's just anywhere you work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
A lot of people will get that badge or whatever and just think they are the shit and get an ego, and it's sad to watch. I've seen it happen so many times, both in the prison I worked in, and a whole lot of other places. Just about everywhere you work, there are those people who use a position of authority or power and take advantage of it and abuse it. That's in any type of job position anywhere. There's always gonna be the effed up ones, the crooked ones, the ones who abuse it, and it's sad. Then he says, "Okay, how the whole world of your palm sound? It's why they treat like shit, writing raps to the taps." Remember earlier
yeah,
I told you,
that.
yeah. Keep the face mask on them. These might spit.
Yeah, so
That's a double.
spit because of the rap, or spit because spit on your face, so they got to keep that one shield on.
That's crazy.
White treat niggas like shit. Write raps to the taps, keep the face net on them. These niggas might spit. Better watch these niggas. Oh God. If it's up to me, I'll never unlock these niggas. Wouldn't rehabilitate, man. I'ma just box these niggas and throw away the key. I throw away the key like the Coast Guard watching me. I throw away the keys, I throw away the keys, I throw away the keys. Better watch these niggas. Oh God. If it's up to me, I'ma never unlock these niggas. Wouldn't rehabilitate, I'ma just box these niggas and throw away the keys. I throw away the keys like the Coast Guard watching me. I throw away the keys, I throw away the keys, I throw away the keys. Better watch these niggas. On God.
Okay, so prisoner 1's from the perspective of a prisoner, and prisoner 2 is
An inmate.
was about the perspective of a prisoner corrections officer.
A crooked one.
Yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. I think it was a good look at how the prison system is flawed. A lot of things in the system are, but prison system is too.
Absolutely it is.
I think it was a good look at it.
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolute brilliance. Genius.
Mm-hmm.
To come at it from an inmate's point of view than to come at it from a CO's point of view, bruh. Genius, bruh. I love the fact that in the middle there was a huge music break and it was like the sound of a chain gang, bruh.
Yeah.
So powerful. And then the second verse starts out with Ayesha Jaco saying that spoken word or poetry at the very beginning about being the orange jumpsuit, but she said orange wings that fly or something like that is the new Jim Crow's suit of the KLANSM EN. You get it? So the orange jail suit is just like I said earlier, the prison basically is what she said is the prison system is just a form of slavery and racism. And it's true. It is true. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge that. I'll acknowledge it because I've seen it. It is true. Again, I've said it so many times. Watch Finding Kendrick Johnson, R.I.P. Watch the Khalif Browder story, R.I.P. The Khalif Browder story's on Netflix, I know. Finding Kendrick Johnson's on Amazon Prime. Stars. If you have to rent it for $3 or $4, it's worth it. All the money that they get from that goes towards locking up the mug who killed Kendrick Johnson. He should have been done locked up. And just because he's an FBI agent's son, he's not.
I know.
And of course, he's white, and the kid that got killed is black. Think if the shoes were swapped. Let's be real. It's disgusting. Daylight brought up Kendrick Johnson and his bars on I-95 freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And that just happened in 2017, bruh. Disgusting. What are your thoughts on the song as a whole?
Really, I feel like it's a really interesting and good look at the flaws of the prison system from not only the inmates but also the corrections officers. I feel like a lot of the looks into it don't actually look at the perspective from the cops, only from the inmates.
Right.
And I think it's pretty good how.
Or a lot of people don't even look at the inmate's perspective at all. Because a lot of people look down on inmates and think just because you're in jail or prison, you're below them, you're inferior. You are an outcast of society, which is up.
Yep.
You are unable to be rehabilitated. Throw away the key, throw away the key. Come on, bruh. He's spitting. I think it's a brilliant way to spread a message to people that listen to his music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Especially people who are not of color. Educate people, ignorant people, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not, there's a difference in being stupid and being ignorant. They're two different things, two different words. Ignorant is uneducated, but you could be if you would take the time to educate yourself on the things that matter. And the stupid is just, you're dumb, you're stupid, you can't help it, pretty much. You can't help it. Ignorance, you can help. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like you liking the song, is it one of your favorite songs of Lupe's? Nah, maybe.
No, it's not one of my favorites. I'm just gonna say that.
Really?
Yeah.
It is one of mine. It's definitely one of mine.
Liked it though. I'm not gonna say I didn't. It's definitely not like an I liked it a lot. Just definitely not one of my favorites.
Oh, it's definitely one of mine. I love it.
Yeah.
It's sad that he even has to make it, but I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all, comment below y'all's thoughts. What do y'all think of this song as a whole? The whole concept of it, the lyrics, his reaction / breakdown. I will be linking my reaction to the song the first time I ever heard it at the end of this. It'll be popping up any minute. Just click on the little box and take you right to it if you want to check it out.
Check that out.
It is a longer reaction, just like this one is, because it's an 8.5-minute song.
Mm-hmm.
And in my reaction, I actually share my entire experience working in a prison and all the things I saw. I saw someone get killed and all kind of stuff. So I tell all my little experiences in that reaction if y'all want to check it out. If not, completely cool. Be real. Be respectful, please, but be real. Educate us on whatever it is you think we need educated on. I still do want to know what or who old Zeke is.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know that. If y'all know, please like this video on your way out. A lot more important than you think. Again, the link is in the description box if y'all want to go check it out. And please subscribe to my channel, y'all. Alright, y'all. April G. Squad. Fist bump. Love y'all. And we'll see y'all in just a little bit. Peace out.
Peace out.